1 ball, no strikes is the count. And the pitch is pulled down the left field line, foul. They started this game about 5:28, so just before 5:30. One ball, one strike is the count. With 2 outs here, and the next pitch on the way is outside. So Abby Howell and this West Texas A&M team, they were shut out in the first game of the day. The 3rd time they've been shut out this year. Actually, the 4th time they've been shut out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And the count now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, WT's been shut out 4 times this season. Twice by Angelo State, once by Texas Women's, and then by UT Tyler earlier today, 10-0. Both teams with 56 wins entering this one, and the winner, whoever gets win number 57, moves on to one of the 8 teams to play in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the Division II College National Finals next week. Three balls and 2 strikes. Abby Howell looking in. Full count, and the pitch is waved down and missed. And striking out is Howell. 1-2-3 inning by Primrose Aholele. We go to the bottom to first. And West Texas A&M and UT Tyler scoreless. Patriots come to the bat for the first time. You're watching live coverage of the Game 3 South Central Super Regional Series here on Flo College. Here we go. UT Tyler will be batting now for the first time. Here's the starting lineup for the Patriots. 56 wins, 5 losses after that 10-0 win over West Texas A&M in game number 1. Leading things off is J.T. Smith in center field, batting second. In right field is Kaylin Watson. Taryn Barney is the catcher. Batting third for UT Tyler, Bailey Krolchak bats in the cleanup spot, the DP. Batting fifth for the Patriots, Abby Behe at first. Sam Schott bats sixth at second base. Batting seventh, Mia Campos had a big game in game 1. She's at third base, batting seventh. Megan Geyer bats in the 8th hole. Geyer's the shortstop, but Angelique Ranhel batting ninth in left field. So Emily Boyer will start this game, but you'll see a lot of Heidi Vortherms. Here's a little check swing, roller down to third. Howell charges, throws, a low throw dug out by Vortherms. They're showing a lot of emotion over there after 1 out. Vortherms and Boyer are going to see these two go back and forth and trade out from pitcher to first base. So Boyer started the game as the pitcher, and now we're going to see Heidi Vortherms, who shut down UT Tyler last night. And again, this is what Michael Mook does. And just so you clarify, I had to ask, to be honest with you, it's not a pitching change. It's a position change, so it doesn't count as a pitching change. But Michael Mook, who's got that lineup card, in fact, both of these coaches, Mike Reed and Michael Mook, will make a lot of changes with runners, pitchers, lineup changes throughout the game. Got a lot of great people watching the Lone Star Conference. Someone's going to have a representative from the LSC going to Chattanooga, Tennessee. UT Tyler's trying to get back to the D2 College World Series for a fourth year in a row. They played in 2023 in Chattanooga. Here's Kaylin Watson, and she skies one in the center field a mile high. Lisky comes in, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs for UT Tyler. So both teams being aggressive, a lot of first and second pitch swings. 2 quick outs for the Patriots. Winner plays next Thursday at Frost Stadium of the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. At Frost Stadium of the World Series. 2 outs, and here's Taryn Barney. And that first pitch is a called strike. Barney was 0 for 3 in game 1. And now wants to have a conversation with Mike Reed. I think just a ploy to kind of settle everyone down. A lot of nerves, butterflies, a lot of emotions already in the fan bases, the teams before the game. You just saw a moment ago a lot of emotion by Heidi Vortherms, who was playing first base. And she got that pick on that throw by Abby Howell. Barney, a .380 average, 10 homers, 57 RBIs, hit a 3-run bomb yesterday. The 0-1, that's inside. If you missed the first game, I'll remind you how good this South Central Regional is. Not just this year, for the last 10 years. 5 of the last 10 years, a school from this region, which has always been a Lone Star Conference school, has played in the national championship final half of the time in the last 10 years. Barney takes down low. Going back to 2014, West Texas A&M won the national championship. Angelo State in 2017 came up just short in the finals against Minnesota State. 2019, Texas A&M Keensville lost to Augustana in the national finals. That pitch has popped up, maybe a play, and nope, that's in the stands. Well, the West Texas fans try to make a basket catch with his hat, and that's definitely an error on him. Error on the bald guy down low in the black T-shirt. But to continue with that point, WT 2021, they were in the finals. They won the championship, and, of course, last season, UT Tyler national champions. Here's the 2-2 on the way. A rise ball, sails high for Heidi Vortherms. Well, yesterday, Vortherms was on her A game against this UT Tyler lineup. When these two teams in a slugfest, an 11-8 West Texas win, but at the time, she came in the game when her team was losing. Here's the payoff to Barney, and that's going to be up against the screen, another foul ball. Vortherms, after Boyer gave up 8 runs, all earned in 3 innings, it was Heidi Vortherms who came in the game, allowed only 1 hit against UT Tyler, no runs, striking out 4 with no walks in 4 innings of work, her 20th win of the year for the senior from South Dakota. Try it again here. Payoff pitch here to Taryn Barney. That's a hard ground ball, base hit to center field. First hit of the game, first base runner of the game for either team. A 2-out single by Barney. So that's her first hit of the afternoon. brings up Bailey Krolchek. And if you missed game one, UT Tyler scored all of their 5 runs to that 5-run second inning with 2 outs. Bailey Krolchek now to the plate. And the first pitch is down low for ball 1. Krolchek in the first game today went 1 for 4 at the plate, had a 2-run single. She's got 3 hits in the Super Regional. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way, outside ball 2. Defensively, and we have seen both teams make some great defensive plays. Now, West Texas did have 2 errors in our first game today, but they also had several web gems. Haley Stonekeen in left field. Here's the 2-0 pitch, taken all the way. High for ball 3 to Krolchek. Stonekeen's in left, Liskai's in center, and Avery's in right field. Around the infield, you got Abby Howell third. Heaven Moreno, who is shaken up on a collision with the base runner in the first game. She is at shortstop. Avery Cannon is at second base, and Emily Boyer at first. 3-0 pitch, and that is low. A 4-pitch walk to Krolchek. That brings up Abby Behe. And really for Heidi Vortherms, if you look at her numbers this year, I mentioned 20 wins, 2 losses. Outstanding all season long, but did struggle recently until yesterday. For the year, 20 wins, 2 losses, 2.08 ERA for Vortherms. 35th appearance, 28th start this year, and a strike on Behe. 128 innings for Vortherms. The opponent's batting .235 against the right-hander. 130 strikeouts and 128 innings pitched. Only 21 walks allowed by Vortherms. Very rare to see her walk anyone. No balls in, a strike, 2 on, 2 out, and the 0-1 delivery. Ground ball right back to Vortherms, stabs it, and on the first base, the Boyer to retire the side. UT Tyler got a hit, and they leave 2 on. We head to the second, scoreless. You're watching Game 3 to decide a championship here in the Super Regionals on Flow College. Welcome back here to Irwin Field. We are at University of Texas at Tyler. South Central Super Regional. UT Tyler has hosted the Super Regional 4 consecutive years. They became eligible for Division II postseason in 2022 and have hosted ever since. Emily Boyer leads things off for the Lady Buffs. First pitch is a high, deep drive to left field. That one is a moonshot off the scoreboard. The nation's top home run hitter does it again. 22nd home run of the year for Emily Boyer. And for the first time in the Super Regional, West Texas takes the lead. First time to start the game, I should say. They take the lead to start the game. In the previous 2 games, UT Tyler scored first. So Primrose Aholele had only allowed 4 homers the entire season. She has now surrendered 3 homers in 3 games this weekend, really 2 games, to West Texas A&M. So Boyer with a high, deep drive to left field. 22nd home run of the year for her. No balls, 1 strike here to Cadence Colborn. And that pitch is outside. Boyer entered the day in a 3-way tie with 2 other players for the top spot with most home runs hit. Colborn skies this to center field. She reaches out and pokes it to center. J.T. Smith, who's got that jersey covered from head to toe. She has dirtied up that jersey all day and makes the catch in center field for out number 1. And that brings up now Heaven Moreno. Now, Emily Boyer entered the day tied with Cassidy Chivadal of Colorado School of Mines and Carly Knowles of North Georgia. All 3 players at 21 home runs. Here's a ground ball, diving at shortstop. Geyer can't get to it. And that's a 1-out single for Moreno. So West Texas has more hits in this inning than they did the whole 7 or 5 innings of the last game. They only had 2 hits in 5 innings last game. And so time is called. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. So a meeting in the circle, a meeting with all the teams. As we go to here in the top of the 2nd inning, West Texas A&M, their fans are boisterous now after that home run by Boyer. Moreno down at first base. Haley Stonekeen is at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Stonekeen earlier today was 0 for 1 with a walk, and it lays a bunt down. Aholele picks it up down the first base. Stonekeen is out. It'll be a sacrifice bunt in the scorebook. Moreno motors down the second base. And now there is 2 outs. So 2 outs. A run is in for WT. And here is Avery Cannon, the second baseman. Cannon is hitless in the Super Regional. 0 for 2 earlier today, and the first pitch fouls off. Actually hit a piece of Barney. She's okay, gets up on her feet. Got to nicked her a little bit in that foul ball for strike 1. Coach Reed coming out and making sure she's okay. No balls, 1 strike is the count with 2 outs here. We're in the top of the 2nd inning. Emily Boyer is a home runner, solo shot, 22nd of the year, 90th RBI. Oh and 1 the count. Boyer, by the way, leads the nation with those 90 RBIs. Cannon takes that one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Primrose Aholele, if you look at the updated stats here, after her Game 1 shutout, it was her 4th shutout of the year. The 1-1 pitch, and again, another changeup. She's fooled on that one. Aholele, 17 wins, 1 loss with a 1.44 ERA. 17th start this year for Aho Lele, 33rd career appearance this year. She has 4 saves, 7 complete games. The 1-2 pitch, Cannon swings and misses and strikes out. Brought the heat and struck her out to retire the side. Runner is stranded at second base. We head to the bottom of the second inning, and West Texas leads 1-0. You're watching live coverage of the South Central Super Regional. It's Game 3 with a berth to the College World Series on the line. Back with the more of this live action here on Flo College. So here we go. The UT Tyler Patriots will now bat here as we play in the bottom of the second inning. As coming up here is for UT Tyler, Sam Schott, and the first pitch is taken for strike one. Sam Schott, Mia Campos, and Megan Geyers due up. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. That ball is a high fly ball driven to right center field. Avery's coming on and makes the catch, and there is out number one for UT Tyler. And so that will bring up Mia Campos. Campos in the first game of the day had 2 hits and 2 at-bats, a 2 RBI single, and scored a run. And here's a ground ball. That's past Boyer into right field. There's a 1-out single. Second hit for UT Tyler in the game. So each team now with a pair of hits. The only run so far in this game 3 was a home run by Emily Boyer. I told you before, the last time UT Tyler lost game 1 of a Super Regional was back when they're D3 in 2018. They won the next 2 over Linfield to win the Super. They went on to the 2018 Division III College World Series. West Texas had not won the first game of a Super since 2016 when they won back-to-back games over St. Mary's. And now here we are in a winner-take-all game. No balls and a strike to Megan Geyer. And this pitch is a ground ball. That's a fair ball inside the first base bag in the corner. Going to third is Campos, and she'll be held at third base. Geyer goes to second. Runners at second and third now here for the Patriots with 1 out. And Mike Reed with his lineup card in hand as Angelique Rangel is at the plate. It looks like we're going to have a pinch courtesy hitter here. It's Alana Almaraz who'll be batting for UT Tyler. So Almaraz, who walked in a pinch hit appearance in the first game today. So Alana Almaraz comes up. One nothing our score. Almaraz, the freshman out of Corpus Christi. First pitch on the way. Is a called strike. Almaraz this year off the bench, a .271 average, 13 RBIs, no home runs. Chance to maybe tie the game or give UT Tyler the lead. Big spot for the freshman. Heidi Vortherm spinning that right hand with the softball, now ready for the 0-1 delivery on the way. And stayed away from a tantalizing pitch. The fans in maroon wanted that one. That was close. Vortherm's on this hot, muggy day with the heat index in the mid-90s. There is still rain expected in a couple of hours here. Rolls up her sleeves on both her left and right arm. Now the 1-1 strike pitch to Almaraz. That's a hot shot. Diving catch it short by Moreno. She flashes the leather again. Man, has she been impressive this weekend in the Super Regional. In the first game of the day, made a diving stop and a throw from her knees. So Emily Boyer and Heidi Vortherms will swap positions from pitcher to first base and vice versa. Boyer is going to come on and throw against J.T. Smith. Boy, tough out there for Almaraz. Hit that one on the nose. And that was going to be at least 1 or 2 runs. But once again, so you understand, it's not a pitching change. This is only a position change. She's never left the game, neither Vortherms or Boyer, so that's why this is not Boyer coming in and out. She's just swapping positions. Something Michael Mook likes to do with Boyer. So 2 down, and here's J.T. Smith. Had a couple RBI hits in the first game today. Broke an NCAA single-season record for most runs scored in a season. Takes that inside for ball 1. JT scored 2 runs in the first game of the day. He has 100 runs scored now this year. First player in D2 history with 100 runs in 1 year. Now it's inside, down low. First base is open, so Boyer being very careful with J.T. Smith. Of course, it doesn't get any easier. On deck, it's Kaylin Watson. Down at third, Mia Campos. Over at second base, Megan Geyer. 2-0 pitch. Outside, she is not throwing anything over the plate, trying to get the corners. Does not get that call on the curve on that screwball. 3 balls, no strikes. Smith, that right foot on the chalk, that back foot, here it comes, and take it on the way is Smith, a called strike. Gotta love watching J.T. Smith play, no matter who you're rooting for. I mean, she's the definition of hustle. Every single at-bat, every single play in center field. 3-1 pitch, inside ball 4. She loads the bases for Kaylin Watson. And this is a dangerous hitter as Boyer will come out. Not come out, but at least come off, I should say, the pitcher's circle. Gets her first base glove back. Vortherms back in now to pitch. So again, position change from pitcher to first base. So bases loaded, 2 outs, and you talk about a big spot in this game. Nowhere to put Watson, who flied out to center field last time. 1-0 WT on a solo home run by Emily Boyer, the first person in the country this year with 22 home runs. But now the Patriots a chance to answer right back. The windup and the pitch on the way. Changeup fouled back. West Texas had never won here in Tyler. 0-8 all time until they won earlier yesterday in that 11-8 comeback win. Angelo State did that this year. They were 0-8 all time here in Tyler. Won here for the first time back in February. No balls and a strike here to Kaylin Watson, and the pitch. Fouled back. Oh, she just missed that one. It was right on it. So Vortherms, who doesn't throw near as hard as Boyer. A lot more off speed, breaking balls, trying to keep hitters guessing, but has Watson down 0-2. Watson now digs in from the right side. Bases full of Patriots. And the 0-2 by Vortherms. Swung on and missed. And the ball is spiked in the ground by Granger as it rolls out the center field. And a lot of emotion in that West Texas dugout. Big strikeout for Vortherms. We go to the third inning. 1-0 our score. West Texas A&M in front. You're watching live coverage of Game 3 of the Super Regional Series here in Flow College. Top of the third inning with our score. 1-0 West Texas A&M on top of University of Texas at Tyler. And for WT, Emily Lisky will lead things off. Now here against Primrose Aholele. So Aholele now in her 8th inning of work through 5 innings, shutting out WT in Game 1 today in that 10-0 Patriots win. Now here, 3rd inning of Game 2. When I say Game 2 today, but Game 3 of the Super Regional Series. This is a line drive foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes on Lisky. And 2 the count as Aholele looks in and the pitch sets up outside. It's going to be outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lisky homered, solo shot yesterday in Game 1 of the series. 0 for 2 in Game 2 earlier today. The 1-2 pitch, got a piece of it, fouls it off. Lisky, a .337 average. One of 7 Lady Buffs that have started every game this year. 11 homers, 34 RBIs for the sophomore from Waterville, Ohio. The 1-2 pitch, low. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6 schools from the state of Texas have won a national championship in Division II softball, including both of these programs. 2-2 the count. Here comes the next pitch. That's a line drive at short over the outstretched arms of Megan Geyer. Just over the glove of the shortstop for the UT Tyler Patriots. And a lead-off single by Emily Lisky. Only 4 active Division II programs from the state of Texas have a national championship in their belt. UT Tyler last year, West Texas A&M in 2014 and 2021. Angelo State won it all in 2004. And St. Mary's down in San Antonio won the whole thing in 2002. 1 ball, no strikes to count. But 2 other schools from Texas have won a national championship, but they're not D2 anymore. Sam Houston State won the very first Division II championship in 1982. 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen here by Lauren Granger. Granger 0 for 1 in this game. So Sam won the very first Division II championship in softball in 1982. 4 years later, Stephen F. Austin won the championship in 1986. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next pitch inside. Stephen F. Austin, the Lumberjacks, now, of course, in the Southland Conference. Sam Houston now in FBS. They're in Conference USA. 2 balls and a strike to count. Each team with 3 hits, but the only run so far in the game goes to WT. Here's a nasty changeup, just a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike to Granger. Nobody out. Aho Lele's next pitch, ball 4. You got to think fatigue is starting to set in for Primrose Aho Lele. Mike Reed yesterday also would throw Kaylee Davis and Sarah Blanchard, but they did not fare well against this West Texas team. But it's a different day, and there's a certain point you wonder how much gas is left in the tank for Aho Lele. Showing bunt here is Kylie Avery, takes it for a called strike. Aho Lele threw 82 pitches in game 1. She's at 36 pitches right now. Here's a hard bunt over at shortstop. Geyer can't pick it up, and everybody is safe. Perfect spot for the bunt by Riley Avery. And WT's got the bases loaded with no one out for Abby Howell, who homered twice yesterday. It should be scored as a bunt single by Avery. Boy, a big moment here in this game for both teams. And Mike Reed is out to the circle. Let's see if he'll make a move here. Talking to his infield. 1-0 still our score. I don't see anyone coming out of that third base dugout for UT Tyler. Looks like he's going to stick with Aho Lele. Now he's going to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. Well, I'll take that back. Aho Lele is waiting to be taken out, and it's going to be Sarah Blanchard coming in the throw for the Patriots. Take a quick moment here. Bases loaded. What a spot for Blanchard to enter the game. 1-0 WT here at the top of the third on Flo College. Bases are loaded for the Lady Buffs, and Sarah Blanchard is the new pitcher here for UT Tyler. The 5'7" senior from Metairie, Louisiana, just outside a suburb of New Orleans. The transfer out of southeastern Louisiana comes up to face Abby Howe in a 1-0 ball game. And the first pitch grounded down the third. The throw home, and they get the force. The throw down the first. And it's a double play turned by the Patriots. They might review this. Michael Mook is already out to the umpire. High throw by the catcher, Barney. Great job at first by Behe to stretch. Yeah, I would be shocked if they don't replay this. You got cameras in center field, first base, third base dugout, behind home plate. 4 or 5 different angles. Remember, you get 2 challenges per game. And he's not going to use a review. Going to save it in his back pocket for later. Because if you lose a challenge, you only got 1 left. So 2 outs, double play, 5-2-3 double play turn right there. So it was confirmed, no replay. Michael Mook decided to change his mind and not ask for the review. And Emily Boyer now up. That was a quick turn by Taryn Barney, the catcher. I thought they'd just settle for the out at home and get the force. And that one is outside, ball 1 to Boyer. Boyer homered last time. So you got runners at second and third now for West Texas A&M. And that one is taken. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Granger down at third. Avery down at second base here for WT. Can Blanchard work some magic? 2-0 delivery. Boyer's taken all the way. That is outside. They're going to be very careful with Emily Boyer with first base open. 22nd home run of the year for her last time. And that is outside, ball 4. That's one of those intentional walks. They were not going to throw her anything close. Boyer has 3 hits in the series and a home run in her first at bat. Now walks her second time around. So here's Cadence Colborn. She homered yesterday in game 1 of the Super Regional Series. And the pitch. It's a called strike. Colborn, one of 2 players on this West Texas roster from Saskatchewan. Only a freshman out of Canada. Swings in big. Cut comes up empty for strike 2. When I have a moment, we'll go over the other 7 regions. A lot of regions going to a decisive game 3 today, including this one. 0-2 pitch, high and outside. Almost like a pitch out. And Colborn not fishing. One ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes again by Blanchard. Ground ball right back to Blanchard. Fumbles it, stays with it, throws the first, and in time. That was close. Blanchard almost bobbled it and almost gave up a run, but stayed with it. So we go to the bottom of the third, and somehow, someway, Sarah Blanchard gets out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 WT over UT Tyler. This is game 3 of the South Central Super Regionals on Flow College. 1-0 our score. We go to the bottom of the third. Welcome back, everyone, here at Irwin Field. Great day for softball. Two of the best teams all season long in NCAA Division II softball. One's going home, one's going to the World Series. Taryn Barney starts things off and fouls it back for strike one. Barney singled her last time up. Middle of the order for UT Tyler, Taryn Barney, Bailey Krolchek, and then Abby Behe. Barney a home run in game one of the series. The 0-1 delivery on the way is high, 1-1 strike. I'm going to go through who is going and who's yet to be decided. Remember, 8 regions in Division II. This is the South Central, so let's look at the other 7 who's punched their ticket to Chattanooga, Tennessee for next week's start on Thursday of the D2 World Series in Division II softball. 1-1 strike. Pitched by Vortherms. That is low. 2 balls and a strike. The first team to clinch was Saginaw Valley. They lost earlier today, then won Game 3, the decisive game in the Midwest region. Saginaw Valley beat UIndy 6-5 in Game 3 to clinch a spot next week in Chattanooga. 2-1 pitch by Vortherms. Popped her up on her hands. She'll fist it out to second base. And Barney is out number 1. 1 out for Bailey Krolchek. One of the top teams all year, Tampa, the number 1 team in the South, after losing yesterday to Auburn Montgomery. Tampa shut out Auburn Montgomery 5-0. And looks like they're about to shut out Tampa again. Or pardon me, shut out Auburn Montgomery for the second game in a row. The Tampa Spartans have a 5-0 lead. Krolchek shows bunt and a called strike. So if that score holds in the 7th inning, Tampa is on their way to winning the South region. It'll be Tampa from the South, Saginaw Valley from the Midwest. No balls and a strike to count. Here's the 0-1, and that's a high, deep drive to center field. This guy's going back at the wall and has just enough room to make the catch as Krolchek gave that one a ride. That was just nearly out of here. So that will bring up Abby Behe. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the third. And it's a 1-0 West Texas lead on a home run by Emily Boyer back in the second inning. Vortherms the pitch, and a strike is called. Over in the East region, Wilmington won yesterday, trying to go for their 3rd straight appearance in the World Series. But Pace, the number 1 seed in the East, wins back-to-back games today. That's a pop-up out of play. Pace University out of New York City. They defeat Wilmington out of Delaware. Back-to-back games, so Pace, I think that might be their first ever appearance representing the East going to Chattanooga. No balls and 2 strikes here on Behe. Ground out to the pitcher last time. 0-2 pitch. High and outside. Well, the only team that's been remotely close as far as 50 wins or more this year was Francis Marion. They've got a lot of power in their team, and they lost yesterday, but won today. 1-2 pitch is a hard hit ground ball. There's the base hit by Behe, a 2-out single. So with 2 outs, runner at first base for Sam Schott. Yeah, North Georgia, who won the championship 2 years ago in Chattanooga, beat Francis Marion out of Charleston, South Carolina. Well, Francis Marion won today 9-0 to force a decisive Game 3. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over at shortstop. Moreno moves to her right. Long throw to first in time to get shot for out number 3. And so far, Heidi Vortherms has now thrown 3 shutout innings in this game, 4 shutout innings yesterday. That's 7 shutout innings in 2 days by Vortherms versus UT Tyler. We go to the 4th, 1-0 Lady Buffs. You're watching Game 3 of the South Central Super Regional here on Flow College. Well, after we've seen both teams score at least 10 runs or more in Game 1 or Game 2, we got a pitcher's duel now here in the decisive game number 3. 1-0 WT. We head to the 4th inning. Heaven Moreno leads things off for the Lady Buffs against Sarah Blanchard and looks at a called strike. Heaven Moreno, Haley Stonekeen, Avery Cannon, 6, 7, 8. In the lineup for WT against Blanchard. 1-1 strike is the count. WT, 1 run on a solo shot by Emily Boyer. 1 run, 4 hits. Blanchard's next pitch outside. I want to continue where we left off. North Georgia out of the Southeast region. They have clinched a spot in the World Series. They've just won Game 3 over Francis Marion. Here's a line drive. There's a base hit over shortstop. And a single by Moreno. She's now 2 for 2. A leadoff single for her. Moreno's hit well in this Super Regional Series. North Georgia going back to the College World Series for the 4th time since 2020. And they are one of 6 active Division II programs that won at least 2 softball national championships. Haley Stonekeen grounds this one foul wide to third base. Stonekeen, a sacrifice bunt last time. Over in the West region, and the team that UT Tyler defeated last year in the finals, Western Washington. They have won 2 games today over Cal State San Marcos. So Western Washington won Game 3 by a score of 3-2. And so we got another team that's going back to the World Series that's been there before, to Chattanooga. Here's the 0-2 to Stonekeen. That gets away. Going down the second, Moreno without a throw. Be a wild pitch on Blanchard. One ball, 2 strikes now. Down in second base, Moreno with nobody out. The pitch down to Stonekeen by Blanchard. Ground ball hit down the first base. That gets away from Behe. Goes right to the second baseman. Shot. What a bounce. Goes right to Shot, and then she takes care of it with a throw to Behe. Sam Shot, Johnny on the spot, you might say. Right place at the right time. And that's your typical 3-6 or 3-4 to 3 put out at first base. Okay, so Michael Mook is going to challenge this one to say that Stonekeen was safe. Regardless, Moreno's at third base. There's one out here at the top of the fourth inning. 1-0 is our score. So we got one down here. We are in the top of the fourth inning. I'm going to go through the rest of the regionals. Last night we had a big upset. Well, I wouldn't say an upset. It's two of the top teams. Augustana, the 2019 national champs, trying to go back to the World Series for the second year in a row. They lost to Central Oklahoma, the 1 seed in the Central region. Is 1-0 Central Oklahoma. That snapped a 24-game win streak for Augustana. And then they played today, game 2 of that series. And Augustana won over UCO 5-1 to force a decisive game 3. And it looks like it's gone final. Augustana loses game 3. Central Oklahoma is going back to the championship, to the finals. They defeat Augustana 5-1 to win the Central region. And it's been confirmed. Stone Keene out at first base. So Michael Mook loses a challenge. And now he's going to take Heaven Moreno out at third base and bring in Lily Mulder to run for Moreno. One out. So this is a situation here where Michael Mook is putting Mulder in because he's trying to, if there's a pass ball, wild pitch, sac fly, he wants some speed out there. Runs at a premium in a game like this. That pitch is outside. One ball, no strikes is the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is outside ball 2. What's crazy is, Augustana, I mentioned them, they are out now after losing the day to Central Oklahoma. Entering the day, there were 16 teams in Division II, as this 2-0 pitch is high. 16 teams in this Super Regional. Only 4 of the 16 had ever won a national championship. North Georgia, West Texas, Augustana, and UT Tyler. 3-0 pitch, taken all the way, a called strike. Six programs have won 2 national championships, active still in Division II. 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. And Cannon, who struck out last time, now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But what I thought was interesting, nobody who's still in Division II at the moment has won more than 2 national championships, which means, for example, if West Texas A&M gets there, if they get to the World Series and they win the whole thing, they'd be the first team that's active in Division II to win 3 national championships. But here's the other nugget. If UT Tyler gets to the World Series, and if they win the whole thing, they would be the 7th active Division II program with 2 national championships. Now this is interesting. Michael Mook with a 3-ball, 2-strike count takes out Avery Cannon, who has struck out 4 times today, and brings in Trinity Kuntz. But she's coming in with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. You can't just take a pitch here. So Trinity Kuntz, freshman out of Frisco, the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and she is out on strikes. I think that strikeout will be actually given to Avery Cannon because Kuntz came in with a 3-2 count. So 2 outs. Still you have down to third base Mulder. Still 1-0 our score. Here's Emily Lisky. And the first pitch is popped up down the right field line. Long way to go for Kaylin Watson. Near the right field line in the bullpen. Makes the catch with just enough room to spare for out number 3. So the leadoff single by Moreno, but WT turned away. We head to the bottom of the 4th, halfway through this game, and our score is 1-0. This is watching live coverage of the South Central Super Regional here on Flo College. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mia Campos will lead things off for UT Tyler. Some dark rain clouds not that far away now as it's darker. Lights are on here at Irwin Field. First pitch is taken for strike 1. They moved the baseball game, which is next door at 8 o'clock. The rain was originally supposed to move in around 6 p.m., but radar showing it's going to be here later than that at around 8 or 8:30. So they really got about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get this game in, or we might have a rain delay. And Emily Boyer is going to come in now for Heidi Vortherms, who will, again, go from pitcher back to first base. Vortherms taken out after just one pitch in the at-bat. When you look at the box score here today, Vortherms, again, she has been the best pitcher this weekend for West Texas A&M. She's allowed 4 hits but no runs in 2 2/3 innings. Boyer officially today has gone 1/3 of an inning, which means she did get 1 out, but she's also walked 1, facing only 2 batters today in this game. And there's a big fastball ripped on and missed by Campos for strike 2. Campos single last time up. Oh, and 2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High, ball 1. West Texas A&M, they're trying to get to the World Series in D2 softball for the first time since 2021, when they won the whole thing in against Biola, a school out of California. Ground ball down the first base, right between the legs of Vortherms. So Vortherms, who's primarily a pitcher, first base is not her natural position, at least this season, commits the error, and that's the first error of the game on West Texas A&M. So that kind of backfires on Coach Michael Mook, putting basically 2 pitchers out there at the same time, one at first base, one in the circle. So an error allows Campos to get on board. That's the tying run now for the UT Tyler Patriots. And Kiana Wells is going to run at first base for Campos. So Wells, the freshman out of Victoria, she's at first. Here's Megan Geyer. And the first pitch is down low for ball 1. Megan Geyer, chance to maybe a bunt here. That's what they're expecting, a bunt. And that one sails high. 2 balls, no strikes. Geyer doubled last time. She has hit well in the Super Regional. Two balls, no strikes. Now she's showing bunt, misses. That pitch cut back inside. That was almost an impossible pitch, the bunt by Emily Boyer. West Texas won the first game yesterday, 11-8 in comeback fashion. Rallying from a 4-run deficit. Here's a bunt, and going down the second is Howell, and safe as Wells. Abby Howell, probably not the wisest decision to go to second base. That was not even close. Michael Mook wants the umpires to talk about it, but I don't really think that was whether she is safe or out. I think what Abby Howell is arguing was interference. That's the only thing I can consider is he's looking for interference. Because there's no way, at least from up here, that I thought she was out as far as sliding in. I don't know if there was an interference call or something else, but they will look at it. We're not privy to that replay up here. So Micah Mook last time challenged and lost that challenge. He'll once again challenge this. Coach Mook, 6th season at WT. He's won 80% of his games at West Texas A&M. He is 5 wins shy of 400 for his career. Then you have Mike Reed, who has got 975 wins in 24 career seasons. 3 of those at East Texas Baptist, and the other 21 here at UT Tyler. And Coach Reed's won 84% of his games in his career. All right, here comes the umpires quickly out. This did not take long, which is unusual. Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't take long because there really wasn't a whole lot to look at there. I thought Wells was safe the whole time. The only thing I thought maybe Coach Mook was looking for an interference of some kind. Regardless, now you got Wells at second base and Geyer's at first. Be honest, like I said, Abby Howell, that's a decision. You got to get the safe out at first base there. Here's Angelique Ranhel, who has not batted in this game. She's looking to bunt and pops it up behind the plate. So that, they have Wells down at second. Geyer is at first. Nobody out. Ranhel looking to bunt here. Angelique Ranhel. 10 sacrifice bunts, 10 this season. The windup and the pitch. She shows bunt and takes a rise ball high. Looking around at both fan bases. Everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A lot of big sighs. Some fans now standing up on their feet, helping their respective side. Here's the 1-1 by Vortherms. Again, Ranhel shows bunt and takes a strike. Okay, now what do you do here if you're Coach Mike Reed? He looks at his lineup card. He's now relays the signs down at third base. Again, if you bunt foul with 2 strikes, that's a strikeout. It's a gamble. Ranhel chokes up on that bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vortherms delivers and swings away. No bunt. And he can't afford to strike out here. There is such thing as a productive out. If she can maybe hit one on the right side of the infield and maybe move the runners up a base, on a ground out. Vortherms wants the signs. She wants to go through her signs again with Granger. Now she's ready. The 1-2 on the way. High and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this is, for Vortherms, this is a must out because The big hitters are coming up next. J.T. Smith, top of the order, is on deck, followed by Kaylin Watson. Now the 2-2 on the way is high, ball 3. A check swing. No, she did not go around. So Angelique Rangel, former Javelina, Texas A&M Keensville, has had a good season this year at UT Tyler. Big spot here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runners at first and second. And the payoff pitch. It is low, ball 4. She hesitated. Did not hear anything from the home plate error. A fielder's choice, which is more of just a mental error at third base in Abby Howell. And now you have a walk to Angelique Rangel. So now Vortherms will give the ball right back to Emily Boyer. And those two stay in at first and pitcher. They'll just continue to rotate in this game. And this is just based on matchups here. So Boyer last time came in to face J.T. Smith and walked her. Smith is grounded out to third and walked. Bases loaded for a player that's one of the top 5 in the country in Division II softball, J.T. Smith. Chance to tie or give her team the lead. Big at bat here, the first pitch. She's taken. It's a good pitch by Boyer. Inside corner, good curve on the inside corner for strike 1. Good speed all around the base paths here for the Patriots. Wells at second. Wells at third, Geyer at second. And then you have at first base Rangel. And that pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. J.T. Smith drove in 2 in the first game of the day. That 10-0 UT Tyler win. 62 RBIs. 1-1. Swings away and taps it foul. Looking for an RBI or more here. But now she's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see what Emily Boyer digs into her repertoire. What pitch will she throw here? Smith. Back in the box. The left-hander ready against the right-hander, Boyer. 1-2 on the way. Fouls it back. And this is why you just love watching NCAA Division II softball. These are a matchup right in front of us of 2 of the best players in the entire nation. Boyer, one of the best two-way players, pitcher and as a hitter. J.T. Smith leads, they set a new record for runs scored this year. Leads the nation in triples. Best batting average. 1-2 pitch is grounded off her foot. And it's foul. You know, she's a Division II softball version of Pete Rose. Just hustles on every single play. She got her got her hand stepped on by a cleat in game 1 when she slid in the third base. She's back in. 3 consecutive foul balls by Smith. Boyer's ready. The 1-2 offering. High and juggled by Granger. Almost got behind her. Wells would have been chugging home. Now this is a big pitch because Boyer's got to throw a strike. You cannot afford to go to a full count with the bases full of Patriots. Here we go. 2-2. Ground ball. That is just foul wide of first base. It was close, but it was the right call. So anxious moments here. Bottom of the 4th. This at-bat could help determine which one of these 2 teams. It's not just a spot in the College World Series. Whoever wins this game has the best chance to win a national championship, I think, in Division II next week. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. And now we got a full count. Nowhere to put J.T. Smith. Boyer, big size, spins that ball in her right hand. Got to throw a good pitch here. Here it comes. Ground ball, base hit the right field. Wells is in. Rounding third is Geyer. The throw is cut off. 2 runs in, and UT Tyler takes the lead. She does it again. J.T. Smith drives in runs, scores runs, sells hot dogs between games, does everything for this UT Tyler team. Brings up Kaylin Watson. 2 runs in for the Patriots. And still nobody out. Angelique Ranhel at third with J.T. Smith at 2-run single over at second base. RBI 63 and 64 for J.T., the senior out of Decatur, Texas. Here's Kaylin Watson, 0 for 2 here in Game 3 of the Super Regional. Vortherms back in the pitch, and that one is low. So Heidi Vortherms takes her spot back in the circle. Emily Boyer back at first base. Just like Game 1 of the series, it's been back and forth. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch by Vortherms. Change up, slides outside. Now first base is open. But you got Taryn Barney on deck. Two balls, no strikes to Watson. She struck out last time with the bases loaded. 2-0 pitch. That's a hot shot. Almost got the cameraman down the left field line. One of the local news sportscasters here in Tyler showed his quick feet or lack thereof on that line drive by Watson. Watson had a 3-run homer in Game 2 earlier today. Here comes the pitch by Vortherms. And there's a called strike. Should be, I believe, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got 1 strike on the scoreboard. Should be 3-2 the count. Vortherms looking in. Now the 3-2 on the way. And that is low, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning. Bases loaded once again for UT Tyler. And here's Taryn Barney. Well, Barney homered in her first at-bat of the Super Regional Series yesterday to give UT Tyler a 3-0 lead. Since then, Barney is 0 for 5. Nobody out, bases full of Patriots. 2-1 UT Tyler. The pitch by Vortherms. Fouls that one back, just missed it. So Heidi Vortherms is trying to figure out a way to minimize the damage. We know with this big, powerful West Texas A&M offense, and they're capable of coming back from any big deficit. Here's the 0-1 once again by Vortherms. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Barney looking down at her head coach, Mike Reed, the third base coach, giving signs. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, way off the plate. Vortherms patting her chest, say that's my bad. 2 balls and 1 strike. West Texas, 1 run, 5 hits. They have the only error of the game. They have 3 errors in the Super Regional Series. 1 of those 3 in this game. And now Michael Mook will come out of the dugout. Looks like he's walking towards third base. Not sure what this is about. To talk to the third base umpire. So time is called. 2 balls and a strike, and this kind of halts the whole momentum here. Again, rain is coming. We know that. Hopefully we can get this game in before the delays start. I'm not sure what that discussion was about because Coach Mook had a few words with the third base umpire. And now he's back in the first base dugout. 2 balls and a strike here on Barney. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that hit Barney. Got her on the left hand. That will bring in a run. And now UT Tyler leads 3-1 on a hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. So Barney gets an RBI the hard way. Hit by a pitch. 58 RBIs for Barney. 3-1 our new score. Here's Bailey Krolchek. First pitch is low for ball 1. J.T. Smith down at third. Kalen Watson at second base with Barney at first. Krolchek is walked, flied out the center field. 3-1 our score. Vortherms has been cruising until now here in the 4th. And there's a called strike. I mentioned Vortherms had 7 shutout innings against UT Tyler hitting until this inning. 4 yesterday, 3 in this game until now. And again, you might wonder if fatigue setting in for Heidi Vortherms. Still nobody out. 1-1 to Bailey Krolchek. Skies it to right field. Playable. Avery makes the catch deep enough. Here's Smith coming home. She'll score head first. Sacrifice fly by Bailey Krolchek. It's now 4-1 our new score. That's 101 runs now scored this year for J.T. Smith. She already broke the record in the first game, which was 98 for the most runs in one season, set back in 2000. So a 4-run 4th inning. 1 out in the sac fly by Bailey Krolchek. And here's Abby Behe, the 8th batter of the inning. Runners on the corners. And that one's outside. Behe is singled and grounded out to first base. Behe hitting .261 on the year. Vortherms now the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. UT Tyler has scored a total of 4 runs in this inning on 1 hit. An error, a walk, another walk, a hit by a pitch, and a single, and a sac fly. 4 runs on 1 hit. This ball is lined the deep center field. This guy's going to make the catch. Watson's going to come home, and she will score. Gets away from the catcher. And now going down the second and putting on the brakes is Barney. She'll stop at second base. It's a sacrifice fly RBI for Abby Behe. Back-to-back sac fly RBIs for UT Tyler. They now lead 5-1. So manufacturing some runs now. Brings up the 9th batter of the inning. 5 runs in the inning on a total of just 1 hit. And now Coach Reed has his lineup card. He's going to talk to the home plate umpire. I think we're going to see a pinch hitter For UT Tyler, Jordan De Los Santos. Jordan De Los Santos, the 5'6" junior who started the first half of the season at shortstop. 48 starts, a .288 average. 9 home runs, 40 RBIs. She will bat for Sam Schott. Their first at-bat of the Super Regional. So 2 outs, 5 runs are in on a total of 1 hit for the Patriots. Barney's at second base, and the first pitch is high. One ball, no strikes, the count. So De Los Santos started 48 games, gets her first at-bat in the Super Regional. 1-0 pitch. Good changeup by Vortherms for a strike. Now 1 ball, 1 strike to count. UT Tyler has 5 runs and 5 hits. West Texas just 1 run and 5 hits. Here's the 1-1 on the way. That one's popped up. Maybe a play. Boyer near the first base dugout, into the dugout. She went actually into the dugout, went through the doorway. And you can't do that. The umpire quickly said dead ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. De Los Santos trying to keep this inning going. Vortherms now rocks and fires the pitch. Sails high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. UT Tyler trying to get back to the Division II College World Series for a 4th year in a row. Their 4th year of eligibility in NCAA Division II. Here's the 2-2 on the way. That was close. A little low, ball 3. Vortherms has thrown 58 pitches in this game. Full count, and here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout by Heidi Vortherms. Not before the damage was done. 5-run score for UT Tyler. We head to the 5th, 5-1. Patriots over the Lady Buffs. You're watching Game 3 of the South Central Super Regionals here on Flow College. It's a 5-1 ball game. We go to the top of the 5th inning. West Texas A&M still 3 at-bats to rally back, which is plenty of time for them in this big offense. Sarah Blanchard, first pitch to Lauren Granger, is a called strike. This is the 20th meeting all-time between the 2 programs in softball. UT Tyler with 12 wins. West Texas A&M with 7. The 0-1 is outside. In this ballpark, though, UT Tyler has had the advantage. 9-1 all-time at home against the Lady Buffs. Blanchard's next pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Primrose Aho Lele started for UT Tyler after she threw a complete game shutout, 10-0 shutout in game 1 today. I should say game 2 of this Super Regional Series. This is game 3. But now for UT Tyler, Sarah Blanchard, who started game 1 of the series yesterday. She's gone 2 innings. Blanchard's allowed just 1 hit, no runs. Two-two pitch. Popped her up on a changeup down the right field line and foul ground. Sam Schott comes over and makes the catch. Granger is retired. And there's out number 1. Blanchard started yesterday, pitched 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Struck out 2, and she walked 2. Ground ball down the shortstop. Geyer gobbles it up, but the throw is low and not handled by Behe. That'll be an error, the first error of the series on UT Tyler. And I'll probably give that to the shortstop, Megan Geyer. So Kylie Avery is on board at first base for Abby Howell. Howell last time came up with the bases loaded, nobody out, and bounced out into that 5-2, which is third base to catcher to first base double play. That was a huge turning point in this game. That was when Blanchard just entered the game, and her first at bat was against Howell, and to force that double play ground out. First pitch is in there for a called strike. And that one runs outside. No balls, 1 strike is the count. Winner goes to Frost Stadium at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. They're going to host it this year and next year in 2026. The Division II Softball National Finals. That is low, ball 2. And they've extended it. It's now a full week. It used to be over 4 or 5 days. But now they've spread it out for a full week, kind of like Division II baseball does the World Series in Cary, North Carolina. Howell pops it up back out of play. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Frost Stadium at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, the 3rd largest stadium in Division I softball. Artificial surface. Finals, the championship finals set for May 27th and 28th. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed, and Abby Howell strikes out. And there's 2 down for West Texas A&M here in the 5th. And that'll bring up now for West Texas, Emily Boyer. She's responsible for the only run of the game for WT. A solo home run back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch by Blanchard. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. All season long, it seems like at least really since March, either UT Tyler or West Texas A&M has been ranked number 1 in the nation by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association. There's a called strike on Boyer. Boyer a homer and a walk in this game. Again, it's a shame that one of these 2 teams won't go to Chattanooga. 2-1 pitch. And that is low, 3 balls and a strike. Because honestly, if they were in separate regions, I think you would see these 2 teams play each other for the national championship in the finals. Here comes the 3-1. That's a hard smash past the third baseman, Campos. Stopping at second base is Avery. Emily Boyer's 2 for 2 in this game. And that'll bring up Cadence Colborn. Well, when you're down 5-1 like West Texas is, you want to just get some runners on base, make something happen. They're trying to get a 2-out rally going. So here comes Colborn, but not before a visit to the circle by Mike Reed. And he wants to have a conversation with his entire team. And so as they talk, again, this is game 3 of this Super Regional Series. The teams that have already clinched a spot, 8 teams going next week. The Chattanooga, Tennessee, to the Division II softball finals. Pace University out of New York City is going. Saginaw Valley. Tampa University, North Georgia, Western Washington, and Central Oklahoma. By my count, I'm looking for the Atlantic region, still a final there, and also, of course, here in the South Central. Those are the only 2 remaining bids open, and that would seal the deal for the 8 spots in the Division II National Finals next week in Chattanooga. So Boyer is on board, and the count, 1 ball, no strikes, as Colborn takes that one down low. Here comes the next pitch, and that is low. 2 balls, no strikes. And all of a sudden, Sarah Blanchard is having a hard time finding the strike zone. And that one just missed. Now she's in danger of walking the bases loaded. Three balls and no strikes, and the pitch is popped up foul, back out of play. 3-1 is the count. Now Colborn ready, here comes. Swings, ground ball down the second base, shot charges, throws, hurries, and in time. Gets the out to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-1 still. UT Tyler leads. You're watching live coverage of the Division II Game 3 of the South Central Super Regional here on Flow College. Mia Campos comes up here for UT Tyler. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning, the home half. UT Tyler with a 5-1 lead. First pitch, cut on and miss. Good changeup by Heidi Vortherms. Campos is singled Reached on the air, 1 for 2 officially. The 0-1 is a called strike, no balls, 2 strikes. So 0-2 now the count. And the pitch is high and outside. So Campos stays alive. The one region I told you we were waiting for a response was the Atlantic region. And just found out their game got postponed, game 2 today. That pitch is low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 regions did not have a number 1 seed make the Super Regional. The Atlantic, 2 seed Kutztown, and the 4 seed Shippensburg, both out of Pennsylvania. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Campos strikes out. One out. Here's Megan Geyer. She has reached base a couple different times. Doubled back in the second. And reached on a fielder's choice. Michael Mook sticking with Heidi Vortherms. And there's a pitch at the belt for a strike. The only other region that did not have a number 1 seed make the Super Regional was the West region. 4 seed Western Washington beat 3 seed Cal State San Marcos to win 2 out of 3. And there's a called strike. So you got several teams who were in the championship last year in the College Division II Softball College World Series. They're going back. North Georgia, Western Washington. The 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed, and Geyer strikes out. If UT Tyler holds on, they will be going back to the World Series for a 4th consecutive year. Two outs, nobody on, 5-1, Patriots lead. Not just the top 2 seeds here, as this one's popped up by Renhel, foul out of play. It's also the top 2 of the top 3, I should say, teams in NCAA Division II according to the NFCA national rankings. So Vortherms is not allowed a whole lot of hits. Big fastball swung on and missed. Heidi's only allowed 4 hits for WT, and she's only given up 2 runs, but 1 was earned. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside. Of the 5 runs scored by UT Tyler, all coming in the 4th inning. Of those 5 runs, 3 are earned. So that error cost them 2 runs for WT. And now the 1-2 pitch. That looked pretty good and called strike 3. Renhel strikes out. And how about Heidi Vortherms strikes out the side. Well, that was sharp by the right-hander from South Dakota. We head to the 6th inning, 5-1 our score. UT Tyler in front here in the South Central Super Regional Game 3 on Flo College. Evan Moreno will lead things off for West Texas A&M, trying to get a rally going. We are on the top of the 6th inning. 2 innings left to play. Winner advances in this Super Regional in the South Central to Chattanooga, Tennessee, to the Division II Softball National Finals. We like to call it the College World Series. Not the official name, but sounds a whole lot better. 2 balls, no strikes here to Moreno. Here's the pitch, swung on a high rise ball by Sarah Blanchard. 2-1 the count. Moreno's 2 for 2 with the pair of singles. She has 2 of the 6 hits for West Texas. 2-1 pitch, outside. Well, Sarah Blanchard has come in and shut the door on WT. Coming in relief for Primrose Aho Lele, but there's a walk allowed by Blanchard, a lead-off walk. Here to West Texas A&M shortstop, Evan Moreno. Again, WT can't make it all up quickly. Well, they can with their home run power, but they got to get runners on base if they want to rally back here. And here, Sarah Blanchard now will face Haley Stonekeen. Time is now called after a ball delivered. Blanchard, we mentioned from in New Orleans, from Metairie, Louisiana. She pitched at Southeastern Louisiana in 23 and 24. A Southland Conference Pitcher of the Year. And prior to that, she was a All-American pitcher, 2-time All-American, in junior college at Copiah Lincoln in Mississippi. This pitch is fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. A ball and a strike. Blanchard looking in. And the next pitch, high and outside, 2-1. Haley Stonekeen has grounded out and grounded out to second base and laid down a sacrifice bunt. 2-1 offering as a high pop fly, shallow left field. This could be trouble. Diving, and the catch is made by Angelique Renhel. What a grab by Renhel in left field. The senior out of Mercedes, Texas, makes the play. There's 1 out for West Texas A&M. That looked like that would be a Texas leaguer and fall in for a bloop single. Avery Cannon comes up now. And that pitch, a hard smash down the first base, smothered by the first baseman, Behe. That's a heck of a play. Gets on the bag for out number 2. So now we're down to the number 9 hitter in the top of the 6th, Emily Lisky. And now you start getting to a point where these UT Tyler fans, players, coaches, you try not to think like this, but you're starting to think about how many outs until you clinch the championship and make your 4th consecutive appearance in the D2 College World Series. They need 4 more outs. Lisky is singled, flying out the right field. Big cut, comes up empty for strike 1. West Texas is actually out-hit UT Tyler 6-5. Change up, that's a ground ball single to left field. They're going to hold Moreno at third base. With 2 outs, I thought they might send her for a moment, but Renhel quickly got to that ground ball single. So Lisky's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And now WT, it's up to the top of their order. Lauren Granger. And here comes Mike Reed. Calls time out to the dugout. Granger has 2 hits in the Super Regional, had 2 hits in yesterday's comeback 11-8 win. Has not had a hit since in games 2 or 3. And you have runners on the corners. If Granger can find a way to get on base, you have the tie and run coming to the plate. So UT Tyler did all of their damage. A 5-run 4th inning. Umpire now calls the meeting off, and we should go back to action here. So here's Granger. Big power in her bat. Hitting over 400. 16 home runs for Lauren Granger. And she fouls it off her foot for strike 1. The junior from Minnetonka, Minnesota. A lot of players on this West Texas roster from up north. Coach Mook went to Winona State, graduated there from Winona up in Minnesota back in 2007. That pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. I mentioned Kylie Avery's on deck. She's a slap hitter, not a power hitter. The 1-1. That's a strike, and now Granger is down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blanchard, which pitch will she use here in a 1-2 count? Here comes the 1-2. That was way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Granger looks down on that wristband. She's ready. The 2-2 on the way. Just outside, ball 3. West Texas A&M, 5 homers in game 1 of the series yesterday. Has not hit a home run till back in the 2nd inning when Emily Boyer had that solo shot. 3-2 pitch is fouled back. But just 1 homer in these last 2 games of the series. After 5 homers in yesterday's 11-8 victory. Sarah Blanchard had not given up a home run the entire season until yesterday. Gave up a home run to Abby Howell. 3-2 pitch is skied foul over the first base dugout. So it's a full count, 2 outs. Again, Heaven Moreno's at third. Down at first base, Emily Lisky. She singled. Both Moreno walked. Blanchard now the 3-2 pitch. Did she go around? I'm not sure if she did, says the third base umpire. The first base umpire was over near second base, did not have a good angle, so the third base umpire says she went around. Out on strikes is Granger, and that will do it for WT here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 5-1 UT Tyler. Back with more. You're watching live coverage of the South Central Super Regional here on Flow College. Bottom of the sixth inning. 5-1 our score. UT Tyler's in front of West Texas A&M. And the Patriots looking to add some insurance runs here and potentially seal a spot in the World Series next inning. JT Smith leads things off for UT Tyler. She had a huge 2-run single last time off Heidi Vortherms. 2 balls, no strikes. Smith has walked and singled. 2-0 pitch, inside ball 3. JT Smith has scored another run in this game to give her 101 this season, most in 1 year in Division II history. And that pitch is low, ball 4. Leadoff walk to JT Smith. And that'll bring up Kaylin Watson. So Watson has walked 0 for 2. West Texas had a 1-0 lead until that 5-run 4th inning. And ever since then, UT Tyler has had the momentum. Watson showing bunt. That's low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, the count. Heidi Vortherms has done all she can to keep her team in the game. 1-0 pitch. That's high. Smith will stay put at first base. Kaylin Watson is hitless in this game, 0 for 2 with a walk. Chance here for UT Tyler to really maybe put this game away with another run or 2. Vortherms misses outside there. 3 balls, no strikes. Vortherms has gone 4 2/3 innings. Only allowed 4 hits and only allowed 1 earned run. Here's the 3-0. Watson takes. They called strike. Vortherms, I think I told you earlier in this broadcast, rarely walks anyone. Had just 20 walks in 128 innings this year. She has walked 4 in this game alone. 5 Ks, 4 walks. 3-1. Watson lays a bunt down and bunts it foul. That was just a drag bunt there by Watson, trying to bunt her way on board. Well, WT and the big comeback yesterday. Game 2 was pretty much all UT Tyler earlier today in that 10-0 win. Yeah, a lead change in this game. Here's the 3-2 on the way, and Watson skies it. A high fly ball lifted to center field. This guy's there. Makes the grab. Watson retired. 1 down for the Patriots in the bottom of the 6th. And here's Taryn Barney. Barney was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded last time. And has singled 1 for 2 officially for Barney. JT Smith, good speed at first base. 18 stolen bases for JT Smith. Barney pops this one up on the infield. Howell will make the catch at third base, and there's 2 down for UT Tyler. All right, so 2 outs. And here's Bailey Krolchek. Krolchek has hit a sac fly, an RBI, and walked in this one 0 for 1 officially. Only 5 hits for the Patriots. They have 5 runs on the board. And the pitch in the way. There's a strike. If you were not with us during that 5-run fourth inning, the craziest part of the story of this game is that UT Tyler scored 5 runs on 1 hit in that fourth inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, the Kroll check, and another pop-up on the infield. First baseman Boyer's got it. And now we go to the 7th inning. WT needs 4 runs to tie. Stay with us for the finish. UT Tyler trying to clinch a spot for the 4th year in a row. You're watching Game 3 of the Super Regionals here on Flow College. Well, do the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M have some magic and looking for another comeback? Down by 4 runs. They were down 4 runs yesterday in a comeback 11-8 win, but now they have just 3 outs to work with. Top of the 7th inning, Sarah Blanchard looking to close it out. Ground ball hit down the third. It's snatched by the third baseman Campos. And quickly, Kylie Avery grounds out to third base. And there's 1 out for West Texas A&M here in the top of the 7th inning. So that will bring up Abby Howell. Hitless in this game, 0 for 3, 2 Ks, and is grounded out into a double play. UT Tyler needs 2 more outs to clinch their 4th trip in a row to the Division II College Softball World Series. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. The 0-1 outside. Hal will be followed by Emily Boyer. So big hitters. I mean, heck, the whole lineup is big hitters for WT. Blanchard, the 1-1 pitch is a pop-up. Shallow left center field. Geyer goes back to shortstop, makes the catch. And West Texas A&M is down to their final out. Sarah Blanchard, what a job in relief. 4 2/3 innings. Allowed 3 hits and no runs. And so Emily Boyer will come up to bat now here for West Texas A&M. One of the best hitters in the country. Homered back in the 2nd inning. Blanchard's pitch. Runs outside for ball 1. Boyer's reached base all 3 times. The crowd is on their feet here, waiting to party. And the 1-0 on the outside corner for a strike. UT Tyler trying to defeat West Texas A&M in the Supers for the 2nd time in 3 years. Blanchard ready. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Boyer. She went around. Strike 2. And now the level of noise rises a few notches here at Irwin Field. Boyer, big breath. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Blanchard's 1-2 pitch. Ground ball down the second. Backhanded by shot on the first. ball game. Look out, Chattanooga. The champs are coming back to defend their title. UT Tyler wins it 5-1 over West Texas A&M. And they're coming back to the College World Series of Division II softball for a fourth consecutive year. They mob Sam Schott, who got that last out to end the game. And UT Tyler wins it. Final score 5-1. Final numbers in this one. West Texas A&M had more hits, but falls 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. UT Tyler 5 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. And the national champions from 1 year ago are coming back to defend their national title once again. Final score, UT Tyler 5 and West Texas A&M 1. And boy, a disappointing ending for WT. 56 wins for the Lady Buffs. They will not go to the national finals next week. UT Tyler now with 57 wins, 5 losses, and they are going to Chattanooga, and this time they're looking to defend their title. Nobody since 2000, since the late 90s, has won back-to-back championships in Division II softball. UT Tyler will try to change that next weekend. That will do it for us. Congratulations to the South Central Super Regional Champions, the University of Texas at Tyler Patriots. They defeat West Texas A&M University 5-1 to win here in game number 3. That will do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Riley Steiner and pitcher Heidi Bortherms. Congratulations on a great season. Let's give all of these outstanding players a round of applause. And now your 2025 NCAA Division II Softball South Central Regional Champions, UT Tyler coach staff, head coach Michael Reed. Infielder Megan Dyer. Pitcher Riley Adams.
Yeah, you have every name down. Yep. I mean, you just flow smooth itself.
I appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the South Central Region champions, UT Tyler.
Were you here for the whole game or?
Well, I was here
Ladies
for
and gentlemen, thank you for
yesterday.
your attendance, and please
all
drive home
game.
safely. Thank you.
That was tough.
Yeah. I was asking Howard about having a warning track because that one catch out there at center field, I wondered if she'd had a warning track, if she might have caught that, and then at the bottom of the 7th, it would have been 8-8.